Good morning. Good morning, everyone. It's your brother's keeper here. It's Saturday morning, May 11th, 2019. Want to bring you an update. I've been meaning to bring you an update all week. I haven't done a video since I believe probably I think it was last Monday, but it might have even been last Friday. I have to check. So much has happened and so much that I want to bring your attention, and I'm really limited on time, so I'm going to try to talk fast. And when my phone rings, it'll be my gate coming open and I'll have to leave. So let me try to get this video recorded ASAP. So first of all, let me start with, I'm on YouTube. I'm actually on the Heliofant, who are the directors of the Pet Goat. And this video was uploaded on July 3rd of 2012. And I need to check this actually right now. So let me go back to Google. I forgot to look this up. Because I recall, I'm pretty sure that this video was actually came out in June of 2012. Okay, there it is. Initial release date was June 24th, which I actually thought was the 23rd. Okay, so I wanted to clear that up. So let me go back to that. So anyway, this is a very clear copy. And I'm not going to go back through the whole video right now. I've done several full, starting with my first one of three, and I may do another update when I think there's more information, but new information is being revealed every day. And one thing about this video, I think it's very important to look at it in a clear version, as well as because it's just so many things to see. So here on this really clear version, you see the barbed wire here that you may not have noticed. And obviously right here on the barcode, you have the 666 in clear. And really, if you click through this in slow motion and really examine it, which I'm going to do that again later on, you'll really start to uncover a few things. Now, I didn't send it to myself and I don't have it yet. I probably maybe have to save that for the next video that I do. But, these lettering, I have to show you the picture when I get a chance. This lettering right here, iPad Goat, it looks eerily familiar to a picture that of Trump that appeared on a magazine cover at one time. Now, I just recently discovered that I thought was pretty interesting. And again, I'm still old school, just recording my screen. I recently realized that this classroom, when George Bush is right here, he's actually in the same classroom as Alice in Wonderland on the other side of the classroom, which is going to be the next scene. Also, there's some letters. The alphabet is over here on the board near Oprah. But let me fast forward to a couple of scenes that I did want to draw to everyone's attention. Okay, so this is the other side of the classroom. Now let me just freeze right here. Because honestly, ladies and gentlemen, I keep saying that this is Donald Trump. And I'm very convinced that that is the case. For the sake of time, again, I don't have, well, if I just Google it, let me go ahead and Google it so you all can see what I saw also. Donald Trump, Alice in Wonderland. And I think I showed y'all this briefly the other day. Now you can see right here a lot of results come up regarding Donald and Alice in Wonderland. But what I changed was I put an and here and searched it again. And we actually came up with Donald Trump actually having a quote, not once, but two times. He had a quote back in I believe 2012, where he made a reference to Obama and Alice in Wonderland. And he also made a reference to Alice in Wonderland, Operation Alice in Wonderland, in a tweet regarding Obama. So I apologize that I don't have that stuff pulled up. You all can check it, Google it, look for it, but it's out there. Now, another thing, and let me see if this picture just came into my email. This may not be the picture that I wanted. Okay, it isn't. I was waiting on some pictures. My internet, my email's coming in very slowly. But anyway, there is another picture that's been going around the that just happened to be going around the internet over the last few days, showing Donald Trump in what appears to be, evidence that he may indeed be a transgender, female to male. As unbelievable as it sounds, it really makes perfect sense to me in the big scheme of things. So anyway, what I think I'm looking at here is Donald Trump sitting in this gold circle. The gold, again, referencing back to Donald Trump. It could mean something else, but he has a lot of gold. We also got this little splash of paint over here on the floor. Then Alice drops the apple, which again to me this is going to be a transfer of the power back to Obama, is what I think is happening here, because it comes on to, and it looks like the apple rolled through the gold paint. We got the C7, which I believe is the night move, that related to Trump himself being a knight, a Masonic, a member of the Masonic Lodge. And I mentioned in my last video, I did, show the reference to him in the Bank of America building in Charlotte. Now, as you see this tattered flag of America, and I'm going to show you that flag again on a couple of other things. So let me go forward. I'm going to go now here again. I believe that scene I've discussed quite a few times. Okay, there's so much going on in this video. Now let me start right here, because this is kind of interesting. Okay, let me freeze right there if I can. Oh, can't get it. Let's see. Okay, so if you look at this frame right here, it's kind of hard to see, but to me, this actually even looks like Obama's face, and nose. There's an eye, and kind of that look he makes sometimes. I should have had that put up, but I just noticed that. Now I really want to get on to the Satan scene, because I noticed something here the other day, and I'm going to pay a little bit more attention to this. Where is she? Okay. All right, so let's take a look at this scene a little bit more in detail. Now, first of all, and again, when you go in slow motion with this, all right, so we have here, as you can see, a body. And I believe this is the body of Satan. This is her penis prison, because she's had to pretend through all eternity that she is male, when in fact she is female. The Antichrist is coming out of this area. Now, I just believe this is snow, and this all, throughout this video, a lot of snow. But let's take a look in slow motion. Okay, now you see there's a hand that's coming out. A hand, something's giving her a hand. Okay, and then that hand beams some light down there. And there's another beacon of light over here. Okay. And then inside the prison, so she comes to the window, it's almost time for her release. And I'm looking into some biblical, I think there's some prophecy about her being locked up for 1,000 years. But see, what I noticed that I hadn't noticed before, she's counting something. And I believe these are tens. I'm going to go back and count this later and update this part, okay? But just pointing it out now for some of my other sleuthers. I believe this is going to add up to around 1,000. But I'm going to go back and look through that, and I'm going to go back and check, study some more in the prophecy. But let me just finish going, because that was something I wanted to point out. Now, let me go on to the end of the video. Okay, now again, you see we have the triangle here, the C and I. This is the Antichrist, okay? This is not Jesus, this is the Antichrist, and, this is how we know from these type of things. But the reason that I wanted to do this video this morning, now, a couple of weeks ago, I really thought that this sun represented perhaps the sunrise, and I continue to believe that this is sunrise. And I thought it was Easter Sunday. We had so many things on the 21st of April. We had the anniversary of Prince's death, which again I believe is intricately involved. We had Queen Elizabeth's birthday, but that day came and went. Oh. Let me go back again because see this looks like some nails or a finger or something right there. But let me go back because it was something else I noticed when Satan is getting released out of her cell that I had not previously noticed. Okay, look right here. Do you all see the serpent? Can y'all see that serpent head? The face of a serpent right there? Okay. And now, so here's where things are going to get important. And I know that I've got to hurry up because I know any minute I will have to leave. So let me really show y'all what I'm talking about. So overall, I want to bring your alarm to several things, which is today being May the 11th. And I've been looking at, on this day. I've been studying on this day. So on this day, this was the 10th. On May 6th, again, I really thought that something would happen because on May 6th, we actually had the sacking of Rome. Rome was sacked on May 6th. But on May 11th, which is today, we have a lot of things going on. And what I think, so let me go back to this video because this is important to know. This is one thing. This video, oh, that's my video. Okay, this video right here is uploaded. I showed y'all this a little bit the other day, but it's this statement right here from Obama. Listen carefully.
Tonight, for the first time, you will never see it coming. I think I'm joking.
Okay.
You will never see it coming. I think I'm joking.
All right, so that's right at about the...
You will never see it coming. You will never see it coming. You will never see it coming.
You'll never see it coming. Ever since Eyes Wide Open reposted this on May 3rd, that statement from Obama has really been eerie to me. And he's dropped so many clues over the years because anytime he says something, it really just alarms me and makes me look into things a little bit more closely. But, they'll never see it coming. That to me, it's just very cryptic in that why wouldn't they see it coming? They would be very occupied. Now, there's so many things going on. And again, I've got to be brief, but there's a good possibility that Mother's Day is going to be the day. And the reason that I think that, and again, I'm believing that it's possibly today being May the 11th, and I'm going to show you May the 11th going into Mother's Day. Because as I was reviewing this and I've been looking at it pretty much every day or any day that I kind of felt would be significant. There's so many things been carried out chronologically. On May 6th, Rome was sacked in 1527. When that was the same day that the prince was born. When I Googled the sacking of Rome, I came up with, now this was one video. Now let me go back. This was actually not the video, but I wanted to go back and show just really real brief in the beginning of this video what they said.
Today, you crowned me king.
Now just listen, this is not...
From today, we cease to do Rome's bidding. From today, we go to war with Rome.
Alaric's sack of Rome can be likened to the end of the world for the Roman psyche.
Did you hear that? Now this actually, the reason I clicked on this, and I'm going to replay that so you can hear what he said. This was published on the History Channel, June 28th, 2016. Now look what he said on the History Channel. Let's just play it one more time so y'all can hear it.
End of the world for the dark sack of Rome could be likened to the end of the world for the Roman psyche.
Okay.
The fact
So
that
he
the
said the
eternal
sacking of Rome could be likened to the end of the world. Okay. Now, another thing that came up besides that was this other video. Let me find that video. This one. Now, this I thought was strange, and really on my phone, this was on the preface. And again, I remind you, on Monday, the prince was born. So this, this is a movie, a video, a series, or something from television. I'm not exactly sure what this is from. I kind of recognize this actor. I think this may be Arthur. I'm not sure. I know they said King Charles of Spain. But I thought it was very cryptic again that we were referencing this little baby regarding the sack of Rome, and just showing you how things are weird. But let's go back to Mother's Day. So overall, really, ladies and gentlemen, to sum it up, as I was looking through the different events, on different days and last week, there were so many things that happened to make Mother's Day a legal holiday in the United States around the time period. And and I've mentioned before, because this old hag in the pet goat is Satan. Satan is a female. Satan is the goddess of the world. And as I looked into Mother's Day and the origins of Mother's Day, and I just have to show you that overall, Mother's Day is related to Isis. It's all about Isis. And I thought it was very interesting. So I'm here. I looked at my old book, The Secret Teachings of All Ages. Now, I want to bring your attention to this book. This book, as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, is copyright 1928. This book is by Manly P. Hall. And this is what he felt. The greatest knowledge of all time should be available to the 20th century, not only in one shilling in the Bowen Library in small type and shabby binding, but in a book that would be a monument, not merely a coffin. So now this is his 1988 Jubilee intro. And, he just talks about, that's an updated intro. But he began to collect material back in 1921. And he has, really just a phenomenal collection of information. And that is where this book is comprised. So just wanted to show you that, just the validity of this book, being a collection of ancient teachings. Now, so when we look into the chapter on Isis, okay, Isis, the Virgin of the World, okay. Now, Godfrey Higgins, as you can see, let me get my pointer. Godfrey Higgins, who wrote a book back in 1833 called Anacalypsis. He's quoting him here as the origin of the word iso, okay, in Hebrew iso and in Greek to save, okay. And then some believe the name to be Scandinavian, okay. But here, and in these languages, Isa means ice or water in its most passive, crystallized, negative state. Okay. Now, this Egyptian deity has been worshipped under a number of names. Okay. Including, as you can see right here, metamorphosed by Christians into the Virgin Mary. Okay. All right. And that she gave birth to all living things, among them the Son. All right. Now, also, this deity worship under a number of names, okay, alleges to be the creator, okay, not only of the sun, but of the entire earth, Mother Nature, wisdom, okay. Isis stands for wisdom, okay, all right. The spirit of adversity, okay, this is Satan, okay. Now, another thing common is the headdress of the cow, okay, which many still worship this cow, okay, and also the bull, which is the horns, Okay. Isis is believed to rule nature, nature personified. Okay. She was the moon. Okay. Okay. They have the Masonic Lodge. Okay. The Masons worship her, and she's worshipped at the Kaaba in Mecca. Okay. Now, I don't have time, I'm really being brief here in introducing you all and making sure that you all understand who Satan is. Now, here's very important. The serpent throws off his skin annually and is thereby renewed, symbolic of the resurrection of the spiritual life from the material nature. This renewal of the earth takes place in early spring when the vivifying spirit of the sun returns to the countries of the northern hemisphere. Okay. And so in some of this, let's see if I can find it here. So we got the bull, dominion over water. Okay, synonymous with the bull. This is some of Godfrey Higgins' information. This is going to make sense in a minute as I just, so here we go. Sophia, goddess Sophia, yet another one of her names. Okay. All right. Mother's Day originated in America. All right. And it is the celebration of the mother. Now, let me take y'all back here to the goddess of America, who you all don't know. America is founded on. So let me go to Wikipedia because we have the goddess Columbia. Okay. And here she is. Let me go to some of her images that you can see this goddess Columbia. Okay, she's in front of our Department of Justice and quite a few. Here she is representing Columbia Pictures. Okay, here she is. This is a kind of a typical one where she's got a sword and a shield in one hand. Okay, now this goddess continues to be representative under numerous names, okay, all over our country. As a matter of fact, now let me really blow your minds. Some of you may have known this, I did not. Okay, let's go to Wikipedia. All right. So Columbia is the personification of the United States. Okay. The District of Columbia, all right, is actually named for her. And you see how they associate her with the Statue of Liberty. Okay, Hail Columbia is actually the vice president of the United States actually takes an oath on on a song, or the song is Columbia, but she's a goddess. This is the goddess of the United States, ladies and gentlemen, the District of Columbia. Let me go back to the images because I believe if we look at Washington, D.C., we'll see that Washington, D.C., I believe they are probably, there it is. You see, they have it right here, the owl. She has new names. So, ladies, we've got to be on high alert, ladies and gentlemen, for tomorrow. Now, let me show you a couple of cryptic things off of Instagram, because I've been keeping up with this. Now, I showed y'all some things that Big Boy had posted last week, including this cryptic message. Now, listen to what this is. Red Button. Somebody told me on one of my last videos this is Red Button, but take a close listen to what he says.
It's going out.
It's going out. So whatever that is that he's trying to tell us is going out, okay, it went out 4 days ago, okay? Something went out. Now, another message of his that I thought was pretty cryptic was this one, okay? Now, it kind of made it look like the dog had red eyes, okay? But let's just play the video. Now, check this out. Okay, no, that's not the one. I'm sorry. Apologize. That's not the one. I really thought that was the one, though. Okay, that's Michael Jackson. Okay, he's got one of these. Maybe it's this owl.
Defense posture, clacking.
Oh, God, I don't know what that was all about. Wait a minute, y'all. gold shoes. No. He had Bjork in the background. And I thought it was kind of cryptic. I don't know the song that she was playing. I apologize. I can't find it right now. Also, I thought this was kind of cryptic. This was from yesterday, well, within the last 17 hours. But check this out, what's playing behind this boat. Okay. Fuck you, and referencing 2001. Now, again, it may be nothing, but there's some weird stuff going on in Big Boy's messaging. Okay, and again, the owls. He had put up Thanos last week. So again, just some cryptic stuff going on. Now let's check Snoop Dogg. He's the other one. I apologize, I can't find that beat, but York right now, and for the sake of time, I'm just gonna move on. Now Snoop, let's see what he posted that I thought was kind of cryptic. Now they're doing Mother's Day in Atlanta. Okay, so they're not gonna be in LA where he lives. They're gonna celebrate Mother's Day here in Atlanta, where I believe it's gonna be safe, ladies and gentlemen, if this thing is really gonna kick off. Okay, so they're gonna celebrate Mother's Day here in Atlanta. It was something else that he had posted. Can't find it right now. So let me show y'all. Okay, now let's look back at these games. Now, I just want to show you here on March 29th, just to show you, the games, the scores, as you can see, the scores can vary. You can't always just add up 9-11. There's variances in these games, okay? But unlike the last few games that we've been having, okay, so here we are. We had a game last night, okay, which was game 6 in typical fashion. 9-11. Okay, now again, there's some other numbers here. This one isn't quite so obvious, but again, we can get a 9-11 out of game 6 last night. Now here, the same thing. All the scores are really 9-11, 9-11, the second 9-11. So the second 9-11. We got the second 9-11 prefacing here. In my opinion, again, it could be nothing. All right. That was Friday. Thursday. Oh, that was Thursday. That is Thursday. Wednesday, 9-11, 9-11, 9-11. Okay. In the Boston game, the Boston was 9-11. But again, I still, again, it could be nothing, but it's to me, I keep seeing 9-11s. Now this one, I didn't see 9-11, but this was unrelated to the locations, unrelated to Boston, unrelated to Golden State. Okay? But back to this next game, 9-11 was all present. 9-11, the second 9-11. Okay? 11, the second. Well, I didn't get the 9, but if I went down, I think I could get it a couple of times going down. Okay, but at least in this game we had the second 9-11. Okay, it could be in my imagination just showing it to y'all. 9-11, 9-11, 9-11, the second 9-11. Okay, all the whole day 9-11. All right. 6 + 2 + 3 is 9-11. The second 9-11. Okay, there it is. Now, is it my imagination? You all be the judge. 9-11. The second 9-11. 3 + 4, 11. Okay. 4. Now, this game, again, may be unrelated, but the 9-11. We still have a 9-11. 6 + 3 is 9. 9-11. The second 9-11. I mean, that, again, I might be wrong. I don't really know a lot about numerology, but just showing y'all that 9-11. It's so many 9-11s going on with these games. Okay, now again, Trailblazers and Nuggets. No 9/11 there. All right. Okay, so you all, you all be the judge, but look, 9/11 all over the place. Okay, however you add it, you can add it up a bunch of different ways and get to 9/11. Okay, now, so on this day, May 11th, all right, now I'm going to wrap it up here because as I look through this, and again, it's hard to say. Okay, it's really hard to say, but I saw a lot of things that point at the 9/11. And here's something that was important. Constantinople became the capital of the Roman Empire on this date, which is 5/11. Okay. The Diamond Sutra, oldest dating book made a scroll. Now let's see. 54 members of the Knights Templars are burned at the stake. Jews was expelled from Syria. Christopher Columbus made his final and last trip. Peace treaty was signed. Assassination of somebody. American Bible forms. Minnesota was admitted as the 32nd state. So there's our 3-2, our 3 times 2, our 666. Okay, so on this day, so Minnesota, again coming back into the forefront, Minnesota. Now let me show you. Okay, and I thought that just a lot of the things were adding up. So because here's our 888s, we got Preakness, we got these horses all around these dates. Okay, we've got this weather system going on. So it was a few things. Okay, so here's a 911. Okay, the second 9/11. We had two 9/11s. We got 911 and we got 9-1, the second one. But so, again, maybe we do, maybe we don't have a 911 in that. But there was Tel Aviv became the first Jewish municipality on this day. 10 home runs hit in a 20-14 victory. I was just, as I was looking at these numbers, and again, for the sake of time, I'm not going to. Belgium beats England 9-1. Okay. Now again, I showed some other 911s and some other dates that came and went. But we've just had snow. I think there's snow in New York today. We've got hail in Europe right now. A snowstorm blizzard going on right in Europe, which is an 8-hour plane trip away. And could that system present here? Could it get to New York? I mean, I just anticipate. Now look at this. Tornado kills 114 in Waco with 3.9 million in damage. So there's our 911. Then we got a 3 and a 4. Again, when I was looking at this yesterday, these numbers were adding up a lot to 911 as far as things that stood out on yesterday. Gabriel Paris forms the government of Colombia. Okay, remember, and Colombia, there was a couple of things that happened for Colombia. Elvis Presley, Heartbreak Hotel. Okay, 1956. These things are not random. I believe everything is connected. Let's see, we had cyclones killing 35,000. The Ellis Island was added to the Statue of Liberty National Monument on this day. 11th European Cup. 100 millionth U.S. phone is connected. Battle of Paris, Willie Mays, let's see, John Lemon said his phone was tapped. Stanley Cup. Okay, Stanley Cup finals. 10 Turner, let's see. Okay, 39 still second, third, and home in one inning for the Phillies. Now this had added up to 911. He stole second, third, and home. So that's 2, 3, 4. 2 plus 3 is 7 plus 4 is 11. That's your 9-11. Then your 3 plus 8 is 11. There's another 911. Okay, so, we could get 911s out of quite a few ways out of this post. Is it random? Is it not? Okay, but again, if some of the reasons. So let me tell you. So I told you, really, it's the goddess. We're coming into Mother's Day. Mother's Day is all about this demonic, satanic witch called Satan, who is under so many guises, so many names, so much deception, deception, deception. Tremendous, tremendous deception regarding this wicked, wicked, wicked witch. Okay. Now I'm on Twitter because I went on Twitter looking at severe weather. And here severe weather, severe dash weather. We got some posts from the UK. Okay. Now here, just to show y'all, they are having right now today. Okay, they got hot weather in Spain. Some bright fireball. Is that the fireball from the pet goat? Okay. Severe storms. All right, in Central Europe. Supercells with large hail, severe wind, and tornado. That's 5 hours ago. Okay, so that's going on right now. We just had 10 inches of snow. Now, I wanted to show y'all this cryptic message. Okay, now here's the moon phase. Let me show you. So, very eerily, right here on the 11th, the moon is in the phase 44% crescent, okay, that it was in on September the 11th. Okay, you see it was a 43% crescent. This is September 11th, 2001. Okay, so the moon's in the same phase, and at a certain time, and I don't know a lot about this, you or maybe some experts on it. At a certain time, it'll be at the exact same, so as you can see down here, how that goes. Okay, so and then on the planetary system, so let me show y'all again what's going on and why I think today is very important. So back on September 11th, now again, this chart never changes, and I'm not that, it's deep, and I don't know it to tell you that I'm telling you exactly, but you all, maybe someone better with as far as the times. On September 11th, this represents the sun right here, and this is Venus. On September the 11th of 2001, this was the third hour, as you can see. So the third hour being 6 to 7, 7 to 8, 8 to 9. So between 8 and 9, they struck the first tower. Okay, and the tower actually collapsed at 9:59. So I think they struck the tower at 8:59. The tower collapsed at 9:59. All right, and the second tower was struck. So again, you saw the sun was in Sun and Venus on Thursday at the third hour. Now today on Saturday, the sun is going to be in Venus we'll be in that time at the 4 and 5th hour, okay? And then we'll be back in that again at the 11th and 12th hour, which this is going into the 6 p.m. Now, I told y'all on my last video how they had came out with that message about the $20 million in Minnesota. That message came out at 5:59 p.m., which is why I've been looking at the 5:59. Also, the baby was born on Monday at 5:26 a.m. If you add 33 to that, you'll get to 5:59. Again, it may not be anything, okay? I don't know if they're going to go by the time in New York versus the time in California, but I would lean toward a 5:59 p.m. or a 5:59 a.m. because, see, according to, it really is not the 11th until 6 p.m. tonight, okay? So the evening and the morning is the first day. But see, really, it starts at the evening. The evening and the morning completes the first day. And again, that's where my no expertise, at all. But I would look to the sun and Venus. I would look for them to strike at the same time, whatever this time actually is. That's the thing I don't know. But you see, it's the 11th and the 12th hour. It's the 11th and the 12th hour, and it's the 4th and the 5th hour. Okay? And that is the same at night. Okay? I believe. Now, I did have my friend send me this chart, and so let me show it to you, because this is actually out of a book, and this is a specific. So, take a good look at that as far as coming up with the time. This goes, if you're going from the hours from sunset to sunset, so it actually shows you what hour it is, 8 and 9. So see, on Thursday, you can see they struck between 8 and 9 when they struck the buildings, okay? And so on Saturday, this is going to be 9 and 10. This is going to be 4 and 5. This is going to be 11 and 12. So now we're getting into midnight right there. Again, in the pet goat, we see a midnight. So, I really would imagine that they would strike. And see, if they strike here, but again, they could come and do it here. Sun and Venus, 5:59. They could do it right there back on the 6 a.m. going into the sunrise, going into the Sunday. So, high alert, everybody. Everything's right. Okay, this also, let me show you this other message that I picked up. And it did snow in Minnesota yesterday. This story came out. Jalen McKenzie shooting followed a fight. Now, this is the CNN, so let me click on that. I've already clicked on it, and I know why this stood out to me. So, this story stood out to me from a number of perspectives. So, they posted it on May 9th, okay, at 2:07. And really, you could look at that. You got the 666. If you're upside down, those nines. That may not be anything. I don't know a lot about numerology, but again, this stood out to me for a number of reasons, because it was all over the internet. He was in the 8th grade. He was 13, a 13-year-old in the 8th grade. So both of those numbers are kind of occultic. Okay. It happened, he was going to go to California. It said, his mother said his first word was ball. Dwayne Wade had a comment. Let's see. He was wearing a Nassau shirt. Okay, this isn't this. This is the wrong article I clicked on. Let's see. Let me click on the CNN one. Okay, let's click on the CNN one. All right, let's see. Okay, slowly but surely it's getting there. So this video is getting super long. I mean, it's going to take a long time to upload. But so CNN picked this up. This came on May 6th. Okay, so May 6th. Timing and everything was cryptic in the message to me. And just the way the message looked. Now, let's just take a look. You a next. Is that you are next? The 5. Is that a reference to the 5th dimension? Okay. Here, okay, he had a shirt, his shirt said boom, okay, and we had a 4. He was gonna go to California. They just started screaming. Okay, his first word was ball. Is that the God ball? Okay, then down here, you see he has a Nassau shirt on. He has a 6. Blessed are those who mourn. So Matthew 5 and 4. So there's a 9. Okay. But anyway, I looked at this a week ago, and I'm just bringing it to y'all attention now. But to me, this message was very cryptic. It seemed to really have some hidden message to it. So, I just wanted to point that out to you.
He
So I
wasn't
think
bothering
that,
anybody. He had just had a wonderful day.
yeah. Okay. So anyway, this is went to 45 minutes, very long. Share this message around. We've got, there was something that moved through Atlanta last night that, I thought was definitely, the weather was from the pits of hell. I don't know where it's gone, where it's at. I don't but I know we have floods, we've got tornadoes, we've got snow, we've got hail, we've got very crazy weather systems. A geostorm could easily manifest in these conditions. Mother's Day, Mommy Dearest, that's going to be the name of this video. And also, let me just Google that for you, okay? Because I should have had that up. Movies with mother. They're all scary. They're all scary. And then this one, when I looked up this one here, she talks about playing mother nature. So you all can look up some of the experts of that. She said it was something like the Garden of Eden. So this mother thing is very cryptic. All my spidey senses are, on high alert for Mother's Day with, Satan, the mother bitch of all time. So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I hope this helps somebody. Again, our only option is to trust God, become one with His Word, study it, absorb it. You could listen to the entire Bible in 7 days if you just go 24 hours a day listening. Get it in your spirit, lean on it like never before. Repent of your sins. Things are. It is the time to repent. It is the time to lean on God. It is not a time to fear. Tremendous tribulation is coming. I'm only have a theory, based on the things I see and understand. But it is the will of God, whether or not it's the demons that carry these things out. They have a purpose, they have a reason. There's so much tremendously great deception in the world. America has misguided the world in being the leader, champions of abortion, and a number of other immoral things that we lead the world in. We must repent. We must help one another. We must become unselfish. We must love and care and share with others genuinely with all our heart. We must ask God to remove selfishness and materialism from our hearts and our minds. And we've got to love. We have got to love everybody. It's the only key. It is the key. It is the way. So, I'm sure there is another message. One more thing, please, before I can't let y'all go without going to this Met Gala. Okay, I can't let y'all go without. I got to show y'all a couple of things which were just beyond. You probably saw some of this stuff here, but I want to show you what you missed. Okay, what you missed about some of these so-called celebrities that people idolize and admire. The audacity is all I can say. The audacity. Okay, here's the main picture I want to show y'all. Now look carefully, ladies and gentlemen. What we have here is water, fire, ice. Okay, now she came in the picture, but there's one of just them, fire, ice, and water. And I believe we had the elements was really quite a theme. But if you look closely, ladies and gentlemen, Kim Kardashian is wearing water drops. Is she having the audacity? Is this who I believe is a transgendered person? Is this transgendered person joking about a tsunami that could potentially wipe out 30 to 50 million people? Is that what your idol, Kim, thinks is funny? Okay? Is this what these people think is funny, ladies and gentlemen? Your destruction? They think it's a joke. Okay? Come out of her, my people. All right? And you know, I mean, some of this stuff is just straight from the pits of hell. Okay? It's straight from the pits of hell. I know y'all saw that guy walking around with his head, carrying his head. Okay? Just, you know, it's just absurd, the things that society believes. You know, really absurd what society allows themselves to believe. Back to God. I'm frustrated and annoyed by the deception, yes. But God is the answer. His love will conquer even this. I'll be back. Hope y'all enjoyed this video. I'm going to post my PayPal. I'm a single mother here. You know, I'd love any donation would be so helpful because, to be honest, I've been so overwhelmed and stressed out and having so much anxiety in my spirit that it's just really hard for me to think about anything else. But, you know, really trying to keep my eyes open and stay very aware and alert of everything that is going on. And, you know, I hope you all find this video useful. Take care. Be blessed. Bye-bye.